Hi, it's Elizabeth from Tyne Valley Motorhomes, and today we'll be doing the handover video of the Adria Twin Supreme 640 SLB. So behind your driver's door, the first thing you'll come to is your sliding habitation door. And then on the inside, we also have the button for your slide out step. So you've got easy access into your vehicle. Above your back wheel on the driver's side, we've got your freshwater inlet point. So you want to unlock the cap with the key and then twist and pull your cap off. Then you'll need a hose pipe and an adapter, as some sites just provide the brass tap. You can then put your hose pipe through there, fill up your freshwater tank until it's full. Then when you're done, just make sure you put your cap back on and then lock it with the key so no one can tamper with your fresh water. So just behind your freshwater filler point, we've got your external barbecue point. So you want to get your adapter here and attach it to your fitting and then to the length of hose that connects to your caddock or barbecue. And then you can turn this red handle here. So here you can see off and on. And then if you've got a flow of gas through your vehicle, you'll get your flow of gas to your caddock and barbecue. At the back of the vehicle, at the top, we've got your reversing camera. And then we've got your two nice large windows above your bed space. And along the bottom, we've got your 4 reversing sensors. And we also have your LPG sticker on the back. So on the back of the vehicle on the passenger side, we've got your gas locker. So this will hold one 6-kilogram gas bottle. You always want to make sure that you've got it strapped in nice and tight with your black straps so that it doesn't rattle around when travelling. And then on the top of the bottle here, we've got your pigtail. So when you attach your pigtail to your gas bottle, just remember it's left to tighten, right to loosen, opposite way around being gas. And then you turn your gas flow on and off with this dial on the top here. The back of the vehicle on the driver's side, under the bed, if you lift this little compartment up, you'll find your freshwater tank. So when you want to empty your freshwater tank, whether you are travelling home and you don't want to have all the extra weight of your fresh water, or when you're winterising your vehicle and you don't want to leave any water in the tanks to freeze and cause frost damage, turn this black dial on the top here. So if you turn it a quarter of the way, everything but 20 litres will drain out. So if you're on your way home, you can still have a cup of tea and still use the bathroom. But if you want to drain everything out, you just keep turning until it's done a full turn, and then all the water will drain out of your freshwater tank. And just remember to close it off again before you come to use it in the summertime. In the garage space of this vehicle, we also have 2 runners here with some tie down rings, so anything you've got in the garage you can strap down nice and securely so it doesn't rattle around when you're travelling. At the back of the vehicle on your passenger side, we've got your toilet cassette locker. So as long as the blade on the inside of the toilet is closed, if you pull the blue lever up, you can slide the cassette out. And then to empty, you just want to untwist your cap. And then when you're emptying, you want to tip it up and also press in this blue button at the same time. This just allows some air in and stops it from plugging. You then want to give it a good swirl around with some fresh water, empty out again, and then pour some blue or green liquid into your cassette before you put the lid back on, and then it's ready for use again. So to hook your vehicle up, you want to get your hookup cable and just lift the collar and then align it with the vehicle and just push it on gently. And then always hook your cable up to the vehicle first and then the mains, and then when disconnecting, disconnect from the mains and then the vehicle, so you're never walking around with a live lead. On the outside of your passenger door, you've got your diesel and AdBlue. To fill up your diesel, you just use your ignition key. And then for the AdBlue, if you go to a petrol station where they take Arctic lorries, you'll be able to find AdBlue on the pump, but you can also buy it in drums. Just on the outside of your passenger door, you've got your ideal tyre pressures. Underneath your passenger chair, we've got this little switch here, so you can isolate your leisure battery, so you can have it on or off. And then you can also take the cap off and you can move it to one side when you're storing it, so no one can tamper with your leisure battery. And then obviously put it back on and twist it back round to on when you want to use it again. And then on the front and the inside of your passenger door, we've got your bonnet release. Under the bonnet, the main things you want to focus on is your screen washer fluid, got your engine coolant and your brake fluid. You've also got your oil and your dipstick, and then your negative and your positive just down there if you need to give or receive a jump start. And we've also got your weight plates on the front as well. First thing you want to do when you get into your vehicle is turn your main control panel on. And then from here you can turn your lights on. So the one with the light bulb is your internal light, and then the other one is your awning light. So turn your internal lights on, and then for your awning light you can choose how bright you want it. So depending on how dark it is outside, you can scroll from 0 all the way up to 100% brightness. So to turn your heating on, you just want to scroll down to on, and then what you can do is scroll across and then pick your temperature. So you can scroll from 5 degrees all the way up to 30. Whatever you want to pick it, just make sure you have it set at whatever's higher than the temperature outside. And then you can scroll through and have either diesel or 1 or 2 kilowatts of electric, or a mixture of diesel and electric. In the winter you'll want to use diesel because it'll heat your van up quicker, but in the summer electric will be fine. Unless you're wild camping, then you'll probably want to use diesel again. Next we have your water pump. So this you can turn on and off. When it's on, it just gives you a pressurised flow of water through your vehicle to your kitchen and bathroom. And then next we've got your battery levels. So here you can see your vehicle and leisure battery levels. To get a true reading for your leisure battery, you need to have it unplugged and not hooked up. And then finally we've got your water. So here you can see we've got 50% fresh water, 25% waste, and then you can turn your hot water heating on. So you've got boost and gas. So you can either have it on, off, frost protection, eco or boost. And then obviously you've got gas and your temperature there. Here we've got the hobs working on gas. Just remember to let the metal fully cool before you put the glass lid down, otherwise it will shatter. Here we've got the hot water running. You might not be able to see the steam, but it is hot and up to temperature. In the back of the vehicle we come through to your bedroom area. So you can have one side of the bed held up, so you can have easy access to your garage space. But then if you want to have your bed down, you want to grab this extra board, and then you want to place it on these 2 metal rafters here. And you also want to have the other side of the bed down as well. And then once you've got your board in place, you can put the mattress down on one side and then bring in your extra piece of mattress and then push it down flat. Here we have your bed all made up and ready to sleep on. In the back of the vehicle, next to your fridge, we also have your heating control panel. So you can use it from your main control panel behind your driver's seat, but you've also got this one here as well. And it works the exact same. So you've got your internal heating, which you can scroll up and down with temperature. And then we've got your hot water, which you can turn eco, hot or boost. And then we've got your energy source, so you can either have electric, mix of gas and electric, or just fuel. And then we've got your fan speed as well. So you can either use it from here or from the front, and it will control the same units. And then just above your Truma control panel, you can lock and unlock your vehicle with this button here, and then we can also turn your lights on and off as well. So here we've got the grill working on gas, and then we've also got your oven working on gas as well. When you want to use your Thetford fridge, to turn it on, you just want to press the on button until the blue lights come on. And then from here, if you want to change the temperature, you want to hold down until it flashes, and then you can select whatever bar of temperature you want. And then you can also turn it into night mode. So the fridge is slightly quieter for when you're asleep. In your bathroom, you've got your sink and your mirror, and you've got a cupboard and a window above your toilet. To flush, you want to make sure you've got your water pump turned on and some fresh water in the water tank, and then press the blue button. You get a flow of water into the bowl. You then want to pull the grey lever across to open and shut the blade. Obviously close the blade, lay the lid down so you don't get any smells through the vehicle. And then to get into your shower, just gently pull on the wall and it will reveal your shower. And you've also got your sliding door. Just behind your passenger door, you've got this switch. This is your dirty water drain off point. So here you can see on the sticker, if the two lines is shut, one line is open. So if you open, all your wastewater will drain out of the tank. You can do this when you're leaving a site, so you're not travelling home with your extra weight, but also when you're winterising your vehicle. Just in front of your oven, under the floor, you've got your boiler drain down. So this is an automatic drain down, so when the temperature hits 2 degrees or below, it will automatically open and drain all the water out of the boiler. However, you can do it manually by twisting the diamond, and you'll see this little blue button popped out. So when you want to close it and use it again in the summer, you've got to turn the diamond back across and then also push this blue button in to stop the water from coming out of your boiler. At the same time, pull this grey lever up and it will release all the water that's in the taps around the vehicle. If you are going to use your vehicle in the winter months, before you want to put any water in the boiler, hook your vehicle up to the electrics and put the heating on full blast, or you can use a hairdryer or anything warm to heat this area up, because if it's not warm, it will just automatically drop the water out and you're never going to be able to fill the boiler up until the van is warm. Trip switch. So if you're hooked up and you're not receiving any power in the vehicle, you just want to press the button here and see if the switch will flip. If it does, it means there's something within the vehicle not working. However, if it doesn't trip the van, it means you're not getting power, so it's either the hookup cable or the mains coming in. On your head unit on the home page, you've got your maps, you've got your radio, and you've got a phone that you can connect to. Next page is your radio, so you can have FM, DAB, Bluetooth. You can browse through different stations. Next one is your air controls, so you can pick whether you want the air to flow in your windscreen, your feet. You've got your AC, your temperature on this side here. You've also got the controls down here as well that do the same thing. Next one is your navigation, just works like a normal maps on your phone. You've then got the choice to pair with a phone, so if you click yes, it will start searching for a device. And then you've got your vehicle settings. And then you've got all the other important bits of information you're going to need. You've got your settings here, so you can flick through different options. You've also got your time and date and language if you want to change. You've got a few more options down here, so you've got your hazards, your lanes, locking, traction control, hill assist, and then you've got your volume for your radio, and then you've also got turn it on and off. Then got your 9-speed automatic gearbox. So whenever you want to change from parked to reverse or drive, you've just got to have your foot on the brake and then push the button in to be able to shift down and select. And then on your steering wheel, you can flick through different options on your dash using the arrows. You've also got voice commands, so you can press this and you'll get a voice
cancelled
on your radio. And you've got your lights and indicators, you've got your windscreen wipers, you've got your cruise control in here, and then on the underside of your steering wheel, this is the volume for your radio. Then you can mute and unmute, and then on the other side you can skip between radio stations.